Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sarel van Grenen, aka Mr. VG, and today we are going to dive deeper and deeper and deeper into the application of percentages to finances. So financial maths starts with us looking at markup and discount. So first of all, let's look at markup. Now, markup literally means an increase in prices, okay? Now, please get this, ladies and gentlemen, that when we talk about markup, it could be just seen as a general increase. It could be seen as just adding a percentage to a value or adding a percentage of the value to increase it. It doesn't just have to be mathematics. It could be with regards to population growth. It could be VAT, for instance, okay, value added tax, but any general percentage increase is what we are going to handle. So if I look at the sum, I'm asking you, you buy shoes for 400 Rand and add 20%. This could be you are reselling it, for instance. Calculate the selling price. So what do I need to calculate? I need to calculate the actual increase. What will be the increase? It's 20% of 400. I don't want to work with percentage, so I'm going to first of all convert the percentage into a fraction. So 20 over 100. Of means multiply. So I'm going to very simply say 20 over 100 times by 400 over 1. So how do I do that? Remember, if this is 400 over 1, you can say 100 goes into itself once and into 400 4 times. So 20 times by 4 gives me 80 divided by 1, which really doesn't make a difference. It's going to be 80 over 1. There is my increase. But what is the question? Calculate the selling price. So the selling price, I'm going to say, is your starting price, which was 400, and then add the increase. What is the value then of the selling price? 480 Rand. Ta-da! Future business leaders in South Africa. This is the way you calculate profit. This is the way you calculate adding VAT. This has got numerous applications that you are going to have a big look at in EMS. I know there are teachers that will show you a shortcut or a different formula, but it comes to exactly the same principle. I want to say a big but, okay, and I like big buts. That's just a joke. But the big but is, be careful of just throwing in formulas, ladies and gentlemen, without understanding what you are actually doing. Be careful of that you don't just throw in formulas. Let's have a look at discount. Discount could also be seen just as a decrease. It doesn't necessarily have to be involved, financial maths. This could be your population of a country is dying out. So it decreases by a certain percentage every year. And that is happening in some countries where there is not enough newborns, but the populations are just growing older and older because people don't want to have kids anymore. Very interesting dilemma that is being placed in the world out there at the moment. Let us say you buy shoes for 400 Rand. You have it in your shop for yonks, okay? So for months and months and months. No one wants to buy it. So you just want to get rid of it. So you give the guys 35% discount. Calculate the selling price. I'm going to follow exactly the same procedure as I did with increase. I'm going to calculate 35% of the 400. Again, don't want to work with 35%, so I'm going to convert this to 35 over 100. I'm going to make the over multiplication, and then I'm going to very easily calculate that answer as being 140. If you want me to go step by step, remember that's 400 over 1. 100 goes into itself once, into 400 4 times. Therefore, I can multiply the numerators and the denominators, giving me 140 Rand. In essence, then I've got to go and deduct the 140 from the 400, which gives me a total value then of 260 Rand. Discount as a business owner is not necessarily what you want to do. But you will realize I use but a lot in this one. But it's not always a bad thing. An example of that could be when seasons change in a year, your clothing shops would rather get rid of the stock by making it cheaper, or they just have to throw it away or recycle it, because people are not going to buy a jacket at the end of your winter season if it's starting to become hot again, so they give you discount. But companies are clever. They're clever. They don't give you more discount than what it is usually bought for. Let's have a look at this next question. What if I want to calculate the percentage discount or percentage increase? It could be either or. Now, if you get a sum like this, there's a very important formula that the percentage increase or decrease is always the difference over the original times by 100%. So if I start with 500 Rand, let's say I buy a phone for 500 Rand a few years ago. Now I want to resell it for 300 Rand after using it for 2 or 3 years. What was the percentage discount that I'm giving the person? Let's start. What is the difference? The difference between the 500 and the 300 is 200 Rand. What was the original? Remember, the original cost is 500 Rand. If I multiply that then by 100%, remember, get out your calculator, but leave that percentage sign there. You'll see that I put it in purple because I don't want you to put that into your calculator. 200 over 500 times by 100 gives me 40%. Therefore, I gave the person 40% discount. A very important thing, ladies and gentlemen, is you always put it over the original amount. No matter what it ends up with, the original amount. Please tune in to my next video where we are going to start looking at simple interest and how interest works. Have an absolutely gorgeous rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. VG signing out. Cheers.